and I was just bummed out, sad because I couldn't understand why. During my nursing program, I was a A student. I was considered one of the smartest students in class. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Juan Carlos. So I finally took my NCLEX PN. I took it July 29th. It was on a Thursday. And I just want to let you know my experience throughout the test, how it was. So I went and registered. I did the whole process. I started preparing like a month after I had finished the program. I had started collecting some information and paperwork that I needed to turn in. I applied to Nevada State Board of Nursing, and then submitted all my forms and paperwork that they needed, which is like your transcript, other forms that they will require. Each state is different. And then I went on and paid the Pearson review. And then maybe 2 days later, I had my permit and my ATI. I did get a permit to work, and I got my ATT number so I could go back to Pearson and register. And I selected the day. There wasn't that many dates available when I looked into, but the more farther I looked, there was more dates available. But I did not want to wait so long, so I scheduled whichever was available, and I did that. And I did go and study and started doing all the preparations for the test. I did that morning. I went in at 8 in the morning, and you do your check-in. You do all the ID. They ask you questions. They check your pocket, take a picture. It's a whole process before you go into the test. I did take my test. I got 181 questions, but I did run out of time. The computer shut off on me after 5 hours, and I was nervous because I felt that I did not have time. Well, I did have enough time, but I did not finish the questions. And you could go from 85 questions up to 205 questions for the NCLEX PN. After the computer shut off, I was kind of in shock myself. I felt that I wanted to keep getting more questions, but I did notice the time had ran out. I did take 2 breaks in between doing the test, which I shouldn't have, because I really didn't need them. I just took them just to walk around and just to kind of think and stuff like that. So I finished the test. I went home and everything. Spoke to some of my friends and stuff. So I was gonna do the Pearson trick, and I waited 2 hours. I went and had lunch, and then I got home and I did the trick, and ended up giving me the bad pop up. So I felt really unreal, surreal, unreal, however you say that word. I just couldn't believe it. Like I was in denial. I kept trying. I did it like 3 different times. I would wait 30 minutes and recheck and recheck, and it still kept giving me the bad pop up. And I was just bummed out, sad because I couldn't understand why. During my nursing program, I was a A student. I was considered one of the smartest students in class. Not just because I say it, but my teacher, my classmates. I had 10, 11 years of experience in the healthcare before starting the program. So I knew a lot of stuff. Even to this day, right now, I feel like I know a lot of material. I know about all the systems in the body and everything. So I just could not understand why did I fail this test. Why? So I checked my email. I got an email from the State Board of Nursing the same day, that same day that I took the test, and it said I had failed my test and that my work permit was expired. And that's when it dawned on me that I had failed the exam. I failed the NCLEX PN. There wasn't really much I could do at this point. I was feeling devastated. I felt betrayed by this exam. I just had to accept it, and just, get ready and try again. It was the end of July, so Labor Day was coming. I did have a planned trip to go visit my family for a party. So I just went on and visited my family, forgot about the test, didn't tell my family. I just enjoyed the weekend. I had a good time and everything. So when I came back where I live, I took like a week off, a few days, and I just kind of regrouped myself and say, okay, what did I do different? And I started processing the things that I did right, I did wrong, and just started making a game plan. So I have three things that I focused that I did wrong, and I want to share it with you guys because I don't want you guys to make the same mistakes that I did. And I think I heard some of them, but I just didn't really took it into consideration. So when I was registering for the test, I did feel I was unprepared. I felt like I was still missing some stuff, but I still took it because I was wrapped up in the motion of the, oh, I got the test, I got the ATT number, I gotta sign up and take the test, and my classmates are talking about it, and then that's the next step you do. You graduate, you take the test. So I was really focused on that area. So I think I was kind of rushed. And when I say I didn't feel ready, I mean that I still had some things I want to brush up on. Because I think you can study all you want to study, all the weeks, do the courses, and you're always going to feel that you're not ready. And that's a neutral feeling. That's a common feeling to feel that you don't know everything. And it's okay because you're a new nurse. You're not meant to know everything, but you better know the important stuff that's gonna save a life. That's what you need to know because NCLEX is about safety, safety, safety. What's gonna keep the patient alive? So I just feel I needed to brush up on some things, and I kind of felt being rushed by my due date to take the NCLEX. So that was one mistake that I did. Second, that morning of my test, I did take anti-anxiety medication. I was just feeling like nervous and stuff like that. And like you guys know, anxiety medication brings you down, relaxes you. And I think I was really, really relaxed, like slow relaxed, because I can't understand how did took it took me 5 hours to do the test. You know, it's like maybe if I would have if they would have allowed me to continue the test, it probably would have taken me 6 hours to complete 205 questions. Which now that I think about it, is like that's way too much time. And there was a point that I was reading questions and I would take like 4 or 5 minutes to answer a question, and I'll be there thinking about it, and I was just looking at it, looking at the options, just like overdoing it. And now that I think back at it, it's like no, I couldn't. I can. You cannot spend that much time on each question, just thinking and analyzing each question. You gotta read it, look at the options, and select one. And I was just like leaning back, looking at it, dozing, thinking about this stuff, looking at the clock. Like no, you gotta focus on your test, and that's one thing that I really didn't focus at that moment. It's like you know what you have to do, but sometimes with everything chaos going on at the same time, you kind of lose focus. So I just felt like that really really messed me up. So definitely don't take nothing to relax you, to bring you down. So you have anxiety, find another way, take deep breaths, have a little exercise for your hand. Think about other things to get your mind off that anxiety and bring your levels down because it will affect you. And my third reason that I think or know I failed the test, working. So I worked night shift and I had worked 2 days before the test. So I think I worked on a Tuesday night. So then I got off the next day on a Wednesday morning. So I went to sleep and then woke up like at 2 p.m. on that Wednesday. And I still continued to study. And my test was the next day on Thursday. So they always recommend the day before the test, don't do nothing crazy, don't overdo studying, don't even study at all. Because you already learned what you're going to learn. The day before, you're not going to really cram things into your mind. So they tell you not to study. Just take it easy, go get a pedicure or go to the movies, something different to take your mind away from the tests. But no, I worked, and that day before I was so tired. I don't know if you guys work night shift, but usually when you work night shift, then when you're off, it takes like a day and a half, 2 days to recover because your body wants to get back on the day schedule. And I was just doing the most, honestly. And I think that really also messed me up. And also, I was trying to review the day before the test, halfway asleep, not even well recuperated or rested. So I definitely think that's what really messed me up, which was all those three. Like I said, you know, working, taking medication, feeling unprepared. Well, now, what's next? Well, now I have really focused on making a game plan. I have done a calendar schedule, and I just heading this totally different from before. Our school really didn't prepare us for the NCLEX, I would say. We didn't have an exit exam like I hear other schools or ATI. I just, wish our school would have prepared us more because when I took that NCLEX, those questions were not similar to nursing school. They were totally different. They were structured. I feel you could know a lot of information, but if you don't know how to read a question, how to dissect the question, is not gonna help you. You're gonna miss those questions. And for me, what I did a lot was study. I study material content, but I really didn't do questions. Um, I would maybe do like 5 questions. And my friend, I told her about my situation. She was like, "You should be doing 100 to 200 questions a day. Just get in the habit of doing questions, so you can learn different forms of style of the questions, what they're asking, what they're looking to, what the word means, and just do questions. Even if you get them wrong, just keep doing questions. Read the rationale, which is really, really gonna help you." So for what I was using for studying, we were studying at Remar, her material, and we were just pretty much on our own. You would kind of do your own thing and just look it up, watch the videos. And I did like Remar. She does have a lot of content, though, especially the way she relates. But I feel like it's just like presentation. She puts videos and you just follow it, and that's all. You know. So this time around, I did purchase Hearst Review, and I have started doing that. And I kind of like it because they interact with you. They kind of ask you questions, so you have to go back and forth. So it feels like you're like in a class setting in a way. So far, I'm liking it. I'm about to be done with that review pretty soon. And I bought the cram notes or cram questions. It's a little blue book, which I've been doing questions and just doing that. I do have my question bank from school, so I'm going back into that and just doing different questions and stuff. And a way, I know I'm ready for this test because I'm looking through these questions, this new review that I got, and I just feel like I already know all this stuff. It's like when I'm going through it, it's just like I already know the labs. I already know neuro. I already know assessment. Like all these things. So I do feel those elements that I mentioned earlier, those three things, will preventing me from being the best I could be at taking that test. I don't know. That's how I really, really feel. But we'll see. So I'm doing that. I also did a calendar schedule, which last time I didn't. I was just kind of like pick a subject or pick a material to study. So now I selected, okay, this day I'm going to do this chapter, this day I'm going to do this system and do these questions this day. So I have an assignment every single day. And I think that's what's really keeping me on track and keeping me responsible, accountable, that I need to do it. Because before I would say like, oh yeah, I'm gonna study. Something would happen. Hey, let's go to the movies. Hey, let's do this. Or I would go out and do stuff, and I'll be like, I'll just do it next day. But this time I feel like, okay, no, you gotta do your ortho study on Sunday, and I have it written down, and I'm more conscious of it. It's like, no, I'm just not gonna let it go. And also, for those people that work, it's really, really hard working and studying for the NCLEX or doing nursing school. But if you have the chance, I would recommend not working. I just went per diem. I was working full time, then part time. So I'm in between working 1 day, 2 days a week, because you need to take the studying as if it was a full time job. You need to do 8 hours a day just studying, you know? And I think some people say, like, oh, you shouldn't study more than 3 or 4 hours. It's like, no, study different material, but you need to do this like it was a full time job, because it's like your life depends on it. Just my friend, she told me, like, you gotta focus on this test. Right now is your main focus. If you want to go out, do that after you're done with your test. Life is still going to be there. Parties are still going to be there. Events are still going to be there. Right now, devote your time to school, because it's really crucial and it's pretty much your career, your future. So those are the things that has happened to me since I gone through all this experience of taking the NCLEX and refining my study habits to go at it again. I'm planning to take the test again in October. Um, and like I said, I know what I need to look for. When you do take the test, they give you like a sheet where you can write stuff, and that's like erase or whatever. So I'm just gonna write as soon as I get there. Just write my points. Like, okay, look for this, look for this, look for that. Write my little things that are gonna help me throughout the test, and just be ready and focus and take this down. I want to walk in back there like a student and walk out as a nurse. That's my mentality, and I just want to do it because I've been doing healthcare for almost 15 years, and I enjoy it. I like it. I like helping people. I like that I'm making a difference. So yeah, if you guys have any questions about the NCLEX, any tips you guys give me, anything you guys want to ask me, leave a comment. Also, give me a thumbs like. And if you guys want to follow more about my journey, subscribe to my channel and we could continue together. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you. Bye.